Welcome back to my nail channel, Nail Queens. Today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day mani, and I know I have another one on my other hand, so if you want to go see that, check it out on Instagram. I absolutely love this mani, but today we're going to go super duper simple. I'm going to be using Soul Dip on my right hand, which is the left on the screen. In December, I believe it was December, she came out with a New Year's Eve collection, and these little hearts came in a baggie, so I put them in this little jar. And the hearts, I think, are in this dip powder. I wanted to use it, but I wasn't sure how. I absolutely love this color. It's absolutely beautiful. So to get started, I recommend everybody, before you start dipping, you push back your cuticles if you didn't already do so during your prep period. The reason I recommend it is because it helps you get closer to that cuticle line, and it doesn't look like your nails are growing out as much when you push them back. The white powder that I'm dipping in today is called In the Clouds. It's a nice, beautiful, and easy to work with white powder. So if you're looking for one, I definitely recommend this color by Soul Dip. And it does take 3 dips to get full coverage on this one, in my personal opinion. I used really thin liquids, so if you use thicker liquids than I do, you might be able to get full coverage in 2 dips, but don't quote me on that. Anyways, I'm just going through my dipping process. I clean my cuticles after each time I dip, just to make sure nothing gets caught on my skin. And yeah, pretty simple. So I'm gonna go through this routine for you guys, and I'll let you guys sit back and enjoy. So my first layer of dip is completely done. I'm going to dust everything off really quick and then get to my second layer and then third layer. So I'm only going to be showing in this video technically 3 of my, all 3 dips, but I'm going to go through 2 of them, and the third one is going to be extremely fast forward so that I don't bore you guys to death with the same redundant dipping process. If you are interested in seeing a slowed down, really tutorial based dipping process, I do have a video on how to dip, but I also started a beginner basics series, which really breaks down the whole dipping process, how to get thin layers, how to stay off your cuticles, how to file, shape, and buff. It's a really in-depth beginner basic series that I totally recommend you check out if you're new or you're struggling to get your dip powder layers thin or looking nice. So coming up on this next round of dips is the super sped up third dip. I really love the simplicity of this. A full one color mani was so fast to do, and it's not thick at all, even with my builder gel underneath. But this mani was so fast, literally so easy to do for me. Usually I do 2, 3, sometimes 4 colors on a mani, but sometimes I just need to slow down and realize simplicity is key. Less is more. I was even going to do some stamping. I was going to do the word love, L-O-V-E, L on my pinky, the heart on my ring, V on the middle, and E on the index, but I decided against it once I saw how simple the heart looked on my ring finger. But I'm just activating my nails and I need to file, shape, and buff. I do have a video on filing, shaping, and buffing, like literally in depth, coming soon, but let's just go over a little bit. I love these orange buffing blocks. I get them off of Amazon. They are amazing and gentle on the skin. So what I do when I'm buffing is I focus on the perimeter of the nail. I try not to focus on the center, just the left, the right, the cuticle area, and the free edge. And then I'll give like the center a little buff towards the end, but I don't focus on it too much unless it's really lumpy. I think this has to be my favorite part of the filing, shaping, and buffing process, which is really like annoyingly long, but I love how this chisels out my cuticle line. This is the Ergo file. I've talked about it in my last Beginner Basics series video. I absolutely love this because it literally helps me carve out the cuticle line. I don't have round cuticle shape, but this really helps me get that somewhat round shape. So if you haven't heard of the Ergo file, I highly recommend it if you want something that's gentle around your skin to get a rounded cuticle. Anyways, my layers are not thick at all. I'm really happy with how the mani turned out. Everything's all cleaned up, so it's almost time to finish, but before I finish, I'm going to put on one simple heart. Like I said earlier, sometimes less is more. So I'm applying just a little dab of dip powder base bond on the area where I want the heart to be. I took my tweezer and dabbed it on the base bond that's on my nail. It's going to help me pick up the heart so that I can place it on my nail. Alright, it's time to top coat everything. So I'm just going to take my dip powder top coat and put on 2 coats of it on all my nails. The reason I'm doing it like that is because I already activated my nails and all that stuff, so I don't have to worry about activating again. Because if you activate and then put your dip powder top coat on too soon, it can harden your brush. Of course, that is dependent on the brand that you're using, because I've actually seen some brands that recommend putting on the dip powder top coat like 15 seconds after you activate. And I'm like, what kind of sorcery is this? I don't know, but I have tried it with those brands that I read those instructions and it works somehow, but not for every brand. So I guess it's important to read the instructions before you use that brand's liquids. Anyways, I'm really happy with how this mani turned out. Again, I just love the simplicity of it. So yeah, and of course I just had to whip out my sleeve because you want to see what it looks like with a sleeve, right? Anyways, I'm not sure what mani I'm going to post on Instagram yet, but I'll take a picture tomorrow morning. And thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video.